blessed and a prosperous day. Hit that like, subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can get those videos as soon as I upload them. This is a live stream. Your boy looking a little scruffy right now. Um, but you know what? This is a Falcons therapy special. We've actually been doing these videos for about 3 or 4 years now. This is our season. What will the Falcons record be? 2024, 2025. In order to answer that question, we got to start from the beginning, y'all. The beginning of the offseason started with the firing of Arthur Smith. Midnight, Black Monday, 12 a.m., 12:00 dot 00 a.m. The Falcons relieved Arthur Smith of his duties, and all the fans of the Atlanta Falcons rejoiced. Just a really frustrating season last season, man. Being a Falcons fan, looking at the talent that we have on offense, the talent that we had on defense as well, and just not seeing the plan, not seeing the vision, not seeing any progress. 7-10, 3 years in a row. But we fast forward. Falcons have I say a good off season. Not necessarily a great one. um, it was pretty quiet on the free agent front as far as pre-draft. Most of the action happened post-draft, but we all know what happened. Pre-draft, Falcons get Kirk Cousins, of course, the best quarterback on the market. Falcons noted having a lot of trouble last year in the quarterback position. Kirk Cousins comes in and stabilizes the quarterback room immediately. Taylor Heineke was a backup last year. Desmond Ridder was a starter last year. Desmond Ridder was traded to the Arizona Cardinals. Taylor Heineke has since been traded to the Los Angeles Chargers. So a brand new quarterback room. Darnell Mooney comes in from the Chicago Bears as a number 2 wide receiver. So you're feeling a little bit good as a Falcon fan, right? Then we get the draft. What are the Falcons going to do with the number 8 overall pick? Of course, we're going to go defensive end because we need a D end. We haven't had a solid pass rush since John Abraham. A consistent one, I'll say, since John Abraham. So the Falcons, of course, they draft Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr., man, they do not draft the D end in the first round. They go Michael Penix Jr., and they shock the nation. They shock the world. They shock the football world. They shock their own fan base. So just the Falcons, Raheem Morris, man, new coach, Terry Fontenot, GM, a carryover from the last regime, really just throwing curveballs at us all off season long. And then we're saying, what are we going to do about this pass rush, man? We drafted Braylon Trice, Brandon Dorless, and Braylon Trice gets injured, out for the year. Brandon Dorless, remains to be seen, but he's in the rotation for the D line. But what are we going to do about this pass rush? Well, Terry Fontenot starts wheeling and dealing. Falcons trade for Matthew Judon, Pro Bowl pass rusher from the New England Patriots. He comes in and immediately adds a pass rush to this Falcons defense. And then we also get Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons, Pro Bowl safety. Pro Bowl safety from the Denver Broncos, man. He had been a free agent, but he recently played with the Broncos. A guy that just had really been a ball hawk since his time in the NFL. So now the Falcons pair up Jesse Bates III with Justin Simmons, 2 Pro Bowl caliber safeties, two Pro Bowl safeties. The Falcons have on the back end now, and this defense with Matthew Judon, just a beast of a man. This Falcons defense now looks legit. They extend AJ Terrell to make some more room on the cap with those moves that they made. And this Falcon defense is suddenly looking a little scary, right? To other teams in the NFL. So that's just a quick recap of the offseason for the Falcons. I know we made a lot of other moves, but that's just a quick recap. Several other moves were made, but we don't want to make this video too long. So let's get into it, man. What will the Falcons' record be this year? What will the record be this year? Let's get to it. Game number one. Game number one will be against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not going to have a whole big analysis for all these games. You know, obviously, we don't know what our team's going to look like when we get out there. We haven't seen many of the starters play for precautionary reasons. Obviously, DeMarco Hellams got knocked out a game, preseason game number one. And I think after that, it was an easy decision for Coach Heem to just say, you know what, nah, we're just going to save our guys for the regular season. So I think it's a smart move by him. Let's just, let's work on our craft. Let's scrimmage with our own, and let's just make sure we come into this season as healthy as possible. But I'm picking a win. I am marking down a dub. First game of the season, Atlanta Falcons against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers starting quarterback will be Russell Wilson. When you get the Steelers, you got to worry about that defense. But we're going to have a new offensive system. I know there's going to be some kinks. I know there's going to be some growing pains, but I truly believe we have so many weapons. Bijan, Kyle Pitts, Darnell Mooney, Drake London, Kirk freaking 2 Chain Cousin out there. We just got so many weapons, man. I think we're going to find a way to get it done. I'm not saying we're going to blow the Steelers out, but I'm talking it up. We're going to start out 1-0. Week 1, we're starting out 1-0. And traditionally, the Falcons have played really well against Russell Wilson. So I'm chalking it up as a dub. Week number 2, let's go. We got Falcons against the Eagles. Now, this is going to be a tough game. Falcons will be at the Eagles, and I'm going to just say I think this will be a loss. So let's say after week 2, we're 1-1. Falcons have not played well on the road against the Eagles since I've been a fan. I don't think we've won a game. I don't think we won one game on the road against the Eagles. Eagles, we know they had a rough ending to last year. They just imploded after starting out like 11-3 or something like that. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first round of the playoffs. It was just a nightmarish ending to that season. So I'm going Falcons lose on the road to the Eagles, but that's not a bad loss. The Eagles they're a pretty strong team. Next we have Falcons against the Chiefs. Falcons against the Chiefs at home. I'm gonna have to go. That's a loss too. Patrick Mahomes, man, I would never bet against that man ever in my life. He just knows how to win. He just knows how to get it done. I think the Falcons will play well at home, but I never count out Patrick Mahomes and his Chiefs, man. So I got our Falcons starting out 1-2. 1-2 to start this season. I know it's ugly. I know that's ugly, but it's gonna get better. Next we have the Falcons at home against the New Orleans Saints. Chalk it up as a dub, man. The Saints are horrible. Derek Carr, he's a guy that should have been sent his walking papers a long time ago. I don't believe there's always a way that a team can win, especially in a rivalry game. We don't like the Saints. The Saints don't like us. But I think that's an even further motivation for us to whoop their tails week 4 and get us to 2-2. So I got that as a win. Falcons beat the Saints at home week 4. The next week, we got another divisional game. We got Falcons versus Buccaneers. Excuse me. I'm not drinking the Baker Maker. I'm not drinking the Baker Mayfield Kool-Aid. Okay, I know he's had a couple solid seasons in a row, but I'm still not drinking the Kool-Aid, man. I think our team is much upgraded, especially our defense. Now we have a pass rush with Matthew Judon to team him up with Arnold Ebiketie on the other side. Grady Jarrett is back, man. We can fortify that run defense as well. Him next to David Onyemata. And Justin Simmons is on our team, bro. Come on. We got Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates. Where are you going to throw the ball? I don't expect for us to get beat over the top, man. We got two of the highest IQ, smartest safeties in the league, man. I think this is going to do wonders for our defense. I just remember last year I was playing Tampa Bay. You know, Mike Evans getting loose behind our defense, and I just don't see that happening. So I'm going dub against the Buccaneers, bringing us to 3-2 on the year. Then we face off against the Panthers, who had the number one. I believe they had the number one pick this year. Horrible team. I mean, Bryce Young, God bless his heart, he took a lot of hits last year, but he did knock me off. He did knock me out of my fantasy football playoffs last year. He just happened to have a good third and fourth quarter in a meaningless game in the NFL that happened to be my fantasy football playoff. And so I just don't like you for that, Bryce Young. So, yeah, I hope Matthew Judon sacks you 3 times as we beat you week 6 and we improve to 4-2. I do believe that we will improve to 4-2. Ooh, Georgia is laying the hammer on Clemson now. I'm watching this Georgia Clemson game. Georgia Bulldogs go Dogs. Yeah, Georgia's getting loose now. It's gonna be 27-3. Man, this game is over. But I have the Falcons starting out at 4-2. Next we have Falcons versus Seahawks. You know what? We're gonna keep on rolling, baby. Let's call that one a dub too. Seahawks on the road, coming all the way from the West Coast, traveling to the East Coast. You don't know if there's gonna be Geno Smith in there or who's gonna be that quarterback. I just hope DK Metcalf gets a touchdown because he is on my fantasy football team. Other than that, man, I chalk this up as a dub for the Falcons. Seahawks, you know, nobody really scares me on that team except for, like I said, DK Metcalf. But other than that, I think the Falcons should take care of business, man. 5-2. Then we got the Buccaneers on the road. Light work. 6-2. Let's go. Then we got the Cowboys, and this is an interesting game. Cowboys are a good regular season team, man. Dak plays really well during the regular season. They just signed CD Lamb to one of the most lucrative deals for a wide receiver in NFL history. But they lost a lot in the running game. I'll say that. The running game has not been what it used to be in Big D. I don't know if I'm going Falcons dub, man. Like I said, you know, Cowboys play well during the regular season, but I just think the Falcons will be on a mission this year. And all the I've been hearing the same theme from all these new guys we've infused into this culture is that they're hungry, man. They are hungry for wins, for playoff bursts, and for a Super Bowl. So, I mean, just this hunger, I think, is going to be infectious around this team, and I think we can stop seeing some of those letdowns in some of the games we know we should win, especially these games at home. So I'm taking a dub. I'm taking a dub over the Cowboys, man. Dub over the Cowboys at home. That improves the Falcons to 7-2. And then we got on the road in NOLA. Get you a beignet while you watch the Falcons whoop the Saints' butts. That's 8-2. So that's a 6-game win streak I have for the Falcons right there. Falcons Broncos, you know what? Chalk that up to a 7-game win streak. The Broncos are not a good team. They'll be starting a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. That offense is still under construction with Sean Payton as the head coach and offensive coordinator. Don't know what they're going to get out of Bo Nix, but he did win the starting job. I'm going to just call that a dub, man. Justin Simmons, going back to Denver, playing with his former team, playing against his former team. I just think the Justin Simmons gonna be fired up, and this team gonna be fired up to get him a dub going back home. So that's what 7-2, 8-2. That 8-2, that's an 8 game win streak. Yeah, we could. Yeah, I'm serious. An 8 game win streak. I'm predicting it. Then we have Falcons Chargers, and we got Jim Harbaugh. Now this is a curveball. The Chargers are not a great team, but Jim Harbaugh, I do consider him a great coach. I'm gonna say this is a loss. This is a loss at home. And the Chargers break the Falcons' 8 game winning streak. Jim Harbaugh just knows how to coach against some good teams. He knows how to draw up a good game plan. As long as he has Justin Herbert in there, and I mean he has Joey Bosa and my guy, I can't remember his name, safety, strong safety. His name is on the tip of my tongue, but Derwin James. As long as he has those two guys making plays, flying around, it can really be disruptive. And I just think after an 8 game win streak, you can kind of see a little bit of maybe a little bit of a letdown there. So I'm predicting the Chargers win that game and Falcons go to 8-3. Okay. Falcons versus Vikings. Dub. Come on, man. Kirk Cousins playing against his former team, going home to Mini. Kirk going back to the Mini. That's a dub, man. That's a dub. Kirk gonna throw for 4 touchdowns. He might even run in one just to prove a point, just so we can spike that thing. Kirk Cousins with the dub. Falcons improved to 9-3 with the win over the Vikings. Falcons versus Raiders. This is the game, the Monday night football game. I will be at this game, and you know it's got to be a dub in Las Vegas. Monday night football. Your boy Let Us Pray going to his first NFL game live. First one ever. Woo! They got to get the dub for your boy. Falcons improved to 11-3 on Monday Night Football against the Las Vegas Raiders. Just keep Devontae Adams. Shout out to Devontae Adams, East Palo Alto native, just like your boy. But we got to get that dub, Devontae. I'm sorry, we got to get that dub Monday night. Falcons against the Giants. Come on, man. Do I even need to say it anymore? 12-3, and the Georgia Bulldogs just got another turnover. 12-3. 12-3. Moving on. Falcons versus Commanders. Scrambling quarterbacks have given the Falcons a lot of issues over the years. Jaden Daniels is a rookie, but he may not play like a rookie. I'm not sure what to expect from Jaden Daniels, but all I can say is I think by this time of the season, the Falcons will be clicking on all cylinders, and the Commanders are not a great team. Former coach Dan Quinn, we know him well, right? Former head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, took us to the Super Bowl, all that, yada, yada, yada. But I think we're going to be rolling at this point. We're going to be looking forward to the playoffs. So we got to put it on you, DQ. We got to put it on you, man. Falcons get the dub over the Commanders. That's 13-3. And then to close the season out against the lowly Panthers, I'm going to say, though, the Panthers could possibly win this game because I can see the Falcons sitting their starters, making sure that we get some rest, man, making sure that we go into the playoffs healthy because at that point, when you're 13-3, you're going to be looking to get some rest and making sure your guys are healthy. So I can see the Panthers actually winning this meaningless game and the Falcons concluding their season at 13-4. Okay, 13-4. So I have our Atlanta Falcons getting 13 wins this year. Isn't that crazy? 7 wins over the last 3 seasons, and I'm predicting 13. That's almost double. That's almost double what we did last year. So let me know what you think in the comment section, man. That's all I got for you. It's your boy, Let Us Pray. I hope you're having a blessed and prosperous day. I'm looking forward to these are just predictions, man. Like I said, I can't predict the future. These are educated guesses. This is my hypothesis. This is just based upon the moves we made in the offseason, based upon the energy that Coach Heem Morris has been showing throughout the offseason, based upon the leadership that he's shown, based upon what the players have been saying about buying into the culture that Coach Heem has brought in Flowery Branch. And really just, it just feels like a brand new, a refreshing, a reviving, a renewed, reinvigorated, hungry Falcons unit. Was that enough reads for you? Um, I'm buying in, man. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think these Falcons are going to play so well. I think we're going to be proud of the product we see on the field, something that we haven't been able to say for the last 3 seasons. But I believe it's our time to go out there and, man, to for one, win this division and then make it to the playoffs, man. Make some noise in these playoffs. Let me know what you think in the comment section. It's your boy, Let's Play. This has been Falcon Therapy. I hope you're having a blessed and a prosperous day. And don't forget, December 16th, Monday Night Football, Falcons versus the Las Vegas Raiders. I will be in the building watching my Falcons for the first time live. And it will be my first NFL game live. So your boy would love to meet as many fans as possible. Would love to meet other content creators as well. So if you guys are going to be out there, let me know. Shoot me your info and we can link up. Absolutely. Get some pictures, man. Break some bread. And just have a good time, man, watching our Falcons. So it's your boy, Let Us Pray. Have a blessed and a prosperous rest of your Saturday, y'all. Enjoy college football the rest of the weekend and be safe. Have a great and a wonderful Labor Day. My prayers and thoughts are with you. Tell those that you love them while you can. Peace. And I'm out. Yay.